How to get rid of sweat bees. Sweat bees definitely live up to their name when the weather gets warm. It seems like these critters are constantly flying around and looking for a sweaty section of your skin to land on. How can you get rid of sweat bees once and for all so they aren't constantly buzzing around you? We've covered everything you need to know about this sweat-loving insect, so you can figure out the best way to repel them from your yard and home. What are sweat bees? Sweat bees are a type of ground bee from the Halictidae family. Like other bees, sweat bees drink nectar and work hard to pollinate lots of different plants. These bees also really like salt, which is why they tend to hover and land on your skin when you're hot and sweaty. Sweat bees like to eat the sweat on your skin, but they don't hurt you by doing this. Where do sweat bees live? In the US, they can be found all over, although many species are in the eastern part of the country. They can live in colonies or alone, depending on the species, Troiano says. Sweat bees like to nest in soil and old wood, Isaac says. As a result, you're probably more likely to run into sweat bees in the woods or while hanging out in a grassy park than you are walking down a city street. Can sweat bees sting? Female sweat bees sometimes sting people, but it doesn't hurt all that much. Getting stung by a ground bee is really uncommon. Unlike other insects, ground bees tend to avoid conflict rather than sting. If you do happen to get stung, the pain really isn't that bad. A lot of bee stings happen when someone swats or swipes a bee off their skin. If you notice a sweat bee on you, wait for it to fly away on its own instead of making a move. If you do get stung by a bee, treat the injury by pulling out the stinger with a gauze bandage. Then, clean the skin with soap and water and ease the swelling with a cold pack. Welcome to The Guardian's Choice. This video will tell you how to get rid of sweat bees and prevent sweat bees. So keep watching, get your solution, and enjoy! Method 1. Ways to get rid of sweat bees. Number 1. Take a shower and slip into some clean clothes before heading outside. Sweat bees are more likely to hang around you if you're dressed in really sweaty, dirty clothes. Before heading outside, change into some clean, sweat-free clothes so the bees are less likely to approach you. Sometimes, bees are also attracted to floral perfumes or body lotions, so avoid wearing those. Number 2. Dress in long sleeves and pants whenever you go outside. Sweat bees love sweaty, exposed skin. So, if you head outside in a long-sleeved tee and long pants, you're giving the bees a lot less real estate to work with. Plus, long shirts and pants can protect you from getting stung. Number 3. Head inside when you start to get sweaty. Sweat is an inevitability when you head outside, even if you keep your arms and legs covered up. Sometimes, heading inside and away from the hovering sweat bees is the best way to deter them. Number 4. Turn on some fans outdoors. It's no secret that sweat bees are fans of humidity and sweaty skin. To keep these bees at bay, some gardening enthusiasts have tried placing a few well-placed fans around their patio or garden. Apparently, the flow of moving air keeps the bees from sticking around. Number 5. Spritz away the sweat bees with bee spray if you're in a pinch. Bee spray is definitely one of the quickest ways to deal with bees. Just a few quick spritzes may help keep them away for the time being. If you don't feel like using bee spray, try spritzing yourself down with some insect repellent instead. Number 6. Set up a homemade soda bottle bee trap near where the bees frequent. Make a homemade bee trap by grabbing an empty 2L, 2.1 US QT soda bottle and slicing off the top curve of the bottle with a box cutter. Then, flip the curved section of the bottle so it looks like a funnel, and staple it inside the rest of the bottle. Add some sweet bait to the bottom of the bottle, like a squirt of honey, and hang the trap up somewhere the sweat bees hang out. To hang up the bottle trap from a tree branch, simply cut 2 holes along opposite sides of the bottle. Then, loop and tie some string or wire through these holes. Secure the trap with clothespins instead of staples if you prefer to release the bees later on. Did this video help you? Let's comment below, yes or no. Method 2. How to prevent sweat bees. Number 1. Grow lots of grass and plants so sweat bees can't burrow in the soil. Ground bees, like sweat bees, really thrive in sandy and dry patches of soil. When you cover your yard up with grass and other types of plants, the surrounding sweat bees won't have enough real estate to build their nests. Steer clear of planting flowers like sunflowers and asters, though sweat bees really love these blossoms. Number 2. Take apart any brick or rock piles lying around your home. Sweat bees usually burrow and nest in the soil, but they'll build a nest in a pile of rocks or bricks if there's nothing else to work with. Take a walk around your lawn and clear away any mounds of rocks, bricks, or pebbles that could double as a potential home for sweat bees. Number 3. Nourish your lawn with plenty of water. As much as sweat bees love drops of perspiration, they aren't big fans of damp or wet soil. Set up a sprinkler system or frequently water your lawn to keep it too damp for any sweat bees to set up camp. Generally speaking, it's a good idea to water your lawn about 2 times each week. With any luck, the bees will quickly get the hint and leave your yard alone. Number 4. Till and mulch your soil so it's less appealing to sweat bees. Sweat bees are big fans of dry, sand-like soil, but don't really like much else. Till the surface to make it undesirable for any neighboring sweat bees, and sprinkle. Then, cover any gardening areas with mulch so the bees have a tougher time nesting there. Number 5. Try a natural repellent. While not guaranteed to work, you may have success in keeping bees away with vinegar, cinnamon mixed with water, orange oil, or almond oil. Number 6. Mint to repel and stop sweat bees. When it comes to repelling sweat bees, mint can be your best friend. There is a long list of insects that simply do not like the smell of mint. And sweat bees are at the top of the list. You can actually use mint in a wide variety of ways to help keep them away from you in your outdoor spaces. Growing mint pots. Grow pots of mint on your porch, patio, or deck. The strong smell of mint will help to create a natural barrier as the sweat bees shy away from the scent. You can even place small pots on tables to help repel sweat bees when dining outdoors. Peppermint is one of the most effective, with spearmint a close second. Mint rub. Crush a few mint leaves and rub on the exposed areas of your skin. Not only will you smell minty fresh, the sweat bees won't come near you. Mint oils are sprays. There are all types of natural mint and oil sprays available that can help repel sweat bees as well. Many can be used as an all-natural deterrent spray for exposed skin, while others can be sprayed on surfaces or in the air via a mister or diffuser. Did this video help you? Let's comment below, yes or no. Should you kill sweat bees? No, experts don't actually recommend killing sweat bees. Although their grounded nests can be really annoying, sweat bees play a really important role in the pollination process. These insects may be pesky at the moment, but they help the plants and crops to grow and thrive. Contact a company that does live bee removal to get rid of the sweat bees if you're determined not to have them around your home. Some people suggest killing ground bees with gasoline, but this isn't a good idea. Not only is gasoline terrible for the environment, but it also creates a giant fire hazard on your property. Do sweat bees nest in the ground? Yes, sweat bees do burrow and nest in the ground. Sweat bees are a type of ground nesting bee, but this doesn't make them bad for your yard or the environment. While honeybees live and grow up in hives, sweat bees live and grow up in the ground instead. Sweat bee nests tend to resemble a series of branching tunnels, though a lot of the nest isn't visible from above the ground. The opening to a ground bee nest looks pretty similar to an anthill. Sweat bees sting treatment. If you know that you're allergic, always use your allergy response kit as soon as you or your child is stung. This could include a device like an EpiPen. Make sure that you know how to properly use these tools before an emergency situation occurs. After using your allergy response equipment, you should still get to a medical facility and contact your doctor in case of a continued allergic reaction. There are other treatment steps that you can take if your sting is more irritating than deadly. Follow these steps to help manage mild symptoms. Wash the region with soap and water. Avoid itching, otherwise, you'll further irritate the area and it could lead to an infection. Apply an antihistamine cream, hydrocortisone cream, or a paste of baking soda and water to soothe the region. Try an over-the-counter pain reliever to help with pain. Tips. 1. Sweat bees aren't active for very long. In fact, most only stick around your home for about 3-4 weeks. If you don't feel like going to the extra trouble, you can just wait a little longer for the bees to buzz off. Warnings. 1. Some gardening enthusiasts claim that peppermint can help repel bees, but this isn't accurate. While peppermint is a great repellent for ants, mosquitoes, and other common pests, it actually attracts bees. 2. If you get stung by a sweat bee, treat the injury right away and remove the stinger as soon as possible. Call emergency medical services right away if you experience a severe allergic reaction. Did this video help you? Let's comment below, yes or no.